Welcome for this new episode,
I wish I introduced myself as Shah Rukh Khan.
which is APR, sorry.
They are the annual interest rates.
Okay.
They crossed 500%, by the way. In my experience, what I've seen is that giving credit digitally is most decent form to include people financially.
Amazing. And what is the difference between you and the microfinance and the buy now, pay later?
But answer to your question on BNPL, it's like a old wine in new bottle.
Welcome for this new episode. We are recording like 35 minutes before iftari time here in Lahore. So it's very funny. Noshad, he's joining us from Islamabad. So thank you, Noshad, for receiving us
Thank you.
here in your studio. So we're just like having our setup today, like it's different. So Noshad, we've had many talks together, like 2-3 times that we enjoyed. Tell me, like, how you gonna first introduce yourself, just like to the audience.
I wish I introduced myself as Shah Rukh Khan. Naam to suna hi hoga, but I can't.
You are actually having the same class as Shah Rukh Khan.
Thank you, madam. But I had been in banking for 17-18 years, then last 4 years in building fintech startups for Pakistan and outside Pakistan. The vision and mission got clear during the journey. I was not naive, but I was not mature at that point in time. In last few years, while building startups in Pakistan, especially fintech startups, now we are pretty clear that what does the journey look like for next 5 years, how to build an Islamic embedded finance community, a digital platform. Maybe it's going to be an Islamic global bank. So that's what we are doing, and based on the experience which we have and collective wisdom in our teams.
Why Nano-Financing? Because I feel it's like it's responding to a specific needs in a specific market.
Yeah, Nano-Financing, I had been discussing with my team. I don't think so that people have taken Nano-Financing very seriously from the consumer standpoint. It had always been a predatory lending, money-making opportunity, especially from some specific country people to emerging markets, whereby they wanted to throw money, make money, and get out of the system, and based on the evaluation and profitability, because APRs in Nano-Financing had been very high.
Which is APR, sorry.
They are the annual interest rates.
Okay.
They crossed 500%, by the way.
Yeah.
And the deepening, the finesse, the depth in Nano-Finance was never seen the way we have seen it, from the Islamic standpoint, from the value of consumer standpoint, the real value, because we deal with the people who are SEC D class, who are lowest of the pyramid. The incumbent banks and the global fintechs and the digital banks,
Don't look up to.
they don't take the risk. The cost of doing business for them, being a brick and mortar system, is very high to disperse a finance of $200 or $100. Why Nano-Finance? First of all, as a startup fintech, you cannot be a digital bank day one. You cannot take a digital banking license of $10 million day one. You cannot be a commercial bank or Islamic commercial bank day one. It's a journey.
Especially in Pakistan.
Especially in Pakistan and outside Pakistan, because paid up capital, the fit and proper criteria, the prerequisites and the investments are very high. It's a capital intensive. Nano-Financing is an opportunity where you can start from. And I think we are working backwards. During the interview, you would know how. And this problem of Nano-Financing, whereby it is being labeled that this is only for predatory lenders who would like to manipulate people, use and abuse people and make a lot of money, we are technically disrupting them. Nano was disrupting incumbents, and we are disrupting typical nano lenders through Islamic finance by giving a real value, while not charging interest, while giving charities, while building communities. And through the UI UX in the application, integrating into communities and integrating the communities to the main system. This depth was never there as far as I know, and I've seen and I've read. And when we talked about this with our teams, we got passionate about it. And we have spent a lot of money on it.
So like closing up the chain value for the unbanked population.
For unbanked, yeah.
And making them also entering a little bit to the system, right?
Exactly. In Pakistan, almost more than 100 million people still probably are unbanked.
Unbanked. Wow.
And those who are banked, they are underbanked. And globally, almost 2 billion people probably are not financially included. To be very precise, 1.7 million. In my experience, what I've seen is that giving credit digitally is most decent form to include people financially.
So 1.7 million who are financially
Billion.
included? Billion in the
Out
world?
of 8.5
Okay.
billion, yeah.
Okay, I thought million in Pakistan. Okay.
In Pakistan, it's almost 100 million, despite telco has doing great work for including people financially through digital apps, but still the gap is huge. But in last 4 years, through this credit application systems under non-banking financial corporation regulations, this is happening pretty fast compared to any other historical data.
Amazing. And what is the difference between you and the microfinance and the buy now, pay later?
So
There's like, for me, it's like a whole empowering tools maybe for this underbanked population. How you position yourself with these other actors?
there are different segments and there are different niches. Microfinance starts from above than $300 and $200. It goes to $1,000 and almost. Nano, you can name this segment nano or milli or micro or mini micro
So
or whatever.
less than micro.
It is
micro.
less than 200. It starts from $3 to $5.
And
goes
it's the
to
same for
$300.
every market, because maybe
No.
a nano here is not a nano in US, right?
Bit of a difference. Like in Pakistan, the upper limit for Nano-Finance is 50,000 rupees. 50,000 rupees accumulated is $180 to $200. It starts from $5 to $6 and goes to 550,000 rupees. For Pakistan, as per inflation and as per the population, I think this is a decent seed money to start with, to make a consumer financially included, to make a micro, small, medium enterprise financially included, then bridging it into the main banking system or fintech or digital banking system. And buy now, pay later. Well, buy now, pay later.
Like you give people some money to buy some goods or some services in advance, and then they will pay it later, right?
Exactly, but buy now, pay later is a new term since last 10 years. Klarna, Tabby,
It's a
Tamara.
new thing, right?
Even when we started Kist Pay in Pakistan with huge pre-seed investment of $15 million rupees, we were the first one, by the way.
Oh, you are behind Kist Pay?
Yes, I was the chief revenue officer and the founding member with the main founder.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard about it when I was in France about Kist Pay.
So Kist Pay was made by the descendants of Klarna. The founder of Kist Pay and the CEO of Kist Pay was VP of sales at that point in time in Klarna USA.
Okay.
And it was angel investment by many other buy now pay laters like Afterpay C-level executives, Klarna C-level executives and VPs invested pre-seed to pre-seed. It attracted various investment, and by virtue of Pakistani market, because it's just 250 million population and the market is huge, they attracted $15 million, $7 million in debt and $8 million in equity. And we opened the market and we were pretty aggressive at that point in time. But the strategy we discussed later was different. Now the strategy is different. Now we are much mature. We are unit economic focused, positive. We look at the bottom line. We look at the value. In Kist Pay's time, we wanted to grab a lot of customers through B2B, through e-commerce platforms. So we have to throw money, and customer acquisition cost was a bit higher. But answer to your question on BNPL, it's like a old wine in new bottle.
Okay.
I am living in very decent area in Islamabad, and the shop within our apartment building is called Shop Wala.
Shop Wala.
Like Chai Wala.
Yeah, like Juice Wala.
Exactly. So
I know it now.
so these are 6 brothers, Pathan, and they officially named their shop as Shop Wala because everybody has saved their number as Shop Wala. Till date, even in the Sari time, I was ordering bread and eggs. And it's a normal practice that they drop the eggs, and whenever I can send them money, I send them money. And I'm not the only one. My wife, my daughter, my maid, and all the people in apartments. So this credit system is informally embedded into these systems of emerging markets.
All emerging market, yeah.
Also,
Morocco is the same.
Morocco is same, Nigeria, India, Bangladesh, even Malaysia, Indonesia.
Oh, okay.
And many other places. And that is buy now, pay later.
Exactly. It's just like digitalized.
Yes, point number 1. Point number 2, buy now, pay later gives steroids to the sales of a merchant. It is a value add to a consumer, but it is much more value add to a merchant. because you are acquiring customers on a lightning speed. When you are telling a customer that, hey, you can pay in 4 installments, and first installment is being given by you, but you have to be liable to the credit company. Also, from the BNPL standpoint, BNPL is a hook into a system, into SMEs, into corporates, into e-commerce to grab more customers. As per my experience, I am more biased on B2B BNPL, whereby you are empowering SMEs, giving them credit, hence they can give credit to the consumers. So this space is evolving. Nano is lowest of the pyramid. It is a bit risky. It had been frowned upon. People have less guts to go for it. It's most difficult, but it is most challenging, high rewarding, and it can build a real infrastructure of any country and economy. Then microfinance, which had been a decent success, but still microfinance never enabled financial inclusion at a very mass level till date. It was a need of lower than micro. And BNPL is a wrap towards merchants and customer to creating this ecosystem of providing credit, whereby incumbents are reluctant to provide so.
Talking about the complexity of nano-financing, what are the biggest challenges for creditworthiness and scoring and so?
No country, even developed countries or underdeveloped countries like Pakistan, Nigeria, Morocco, the formal credit history is not available of any consumer, of every, of any.
Especially in the base of the pyramid.
Exactly. It's not available. And alternate data which is available, it provides you a decent information, but still the risk is there. These challenges are there, they will remain. That enables a fintech like ours to take risk and disrupt the existing system, create the other opportunity. But by virtue of technology, this is getting better. We are getting comfortable because in Wali Financial Services, we have one of the finest data team available, handpicked by our C-level executives. They know what they are doing. And we are very smartly incubated under Wali Technologies, which is one of the finest marketing technology platform in the world, operative in 7 to 8 countries, started from Pakistan, have more than 500,000 influencers and key opinion leaders access, integrated into 7,000 brands. Wali Technologies also owns Pakistan Super League rights of season 9 and 10. By virtue of Wali Technologies, 150 million Pakistanis watch cricket. So we have access from the parent company to the alternate data, whereby we can do some analysis based on which we can take risks. And it is not easy. You are right, but system is evolving. So these are the challenges. A normal fintech startup which starts from zero and they build ground up to come to this stage, it takes few years.
So how about to go to market, like scaling a solution like this in Pakistan and in emerging markets in general? Because I know that you are having a wider vision.
Yeah, go to market for, first of all, compared to any credit fintech or deposit taking fintech or a digital bank or an incumbent bank, Nano and Islamic finance in a credit starved country like Pakistan and all emerging countries, go to market is pretty easy because customer acquisition cost is word of mouth. Every consumer and micro, small, medium enterprise and enterprise are credit starved. They are looking for credit. Need not to spend $7 to $9 per customer acquisition to acquire customers because customers are coming to the application. And at that point in time, when there are 105 applications were operative in Pakistan, they developed a portfolio of $1 billion under the nose of bankers in just 4 years with 8 to 9 million customers.
Wow.
The UI UX was not good. Most of these apps were in Chinese, by the way. How come Pakistanis understood Chinese and they downloaded the app and they applied for the finance and got the finance? When a consumer is in pain and they are credit starved, need not to teach them, they know what to do. So customer acquisition and go to market is pretty easy in nano-financing, but how to pivot and navigate the building which you are creating in the future? Answer to that question is nano-finance, Islamic nano-finance, which never was done before, is the step number one. Based on this disruption and unique solution, we have been awarded by Monetary Authority of Singapore. It's one of its kind acknowledgement. Then it's embedded finance into electricity supply companies, bill payments, grocery payments, school payments, billers, then integrating into other wallets, then probably becoming a phygital bank, maybe while acquiring a microfinance or working with a microfinance. And go to market for other countries, we are looking to do remittances finances. That is step number one for us, because we have our data, we have done our homework. I think this is low hanging for us right now, as we are operative in 8 countries. All those countries where remittances is coming to Pakistan, where beneficiary is a wife or a sister or a daughter or a son or parents. And now every 28th of every month, a Saudi non-resident Pakistani, Dubai, UAE non-resident Pakistani is sending some money. But what if the beneficiary would like to do the expense at 15th of every month, but the money is coming on 28th of every month? We are going to bridge finance them through the Hakeem app. That is the step number one for global expansion. And there are some other.
I've never heard about it. For me, it's like a new thing.
You cannot
This
do
bridging.
When you spend a lot of time in banking and building fintechs, you see these opportunities, and by virtue of time, one gets mature and understand what the risks are there. Now, as we have a proper algorithm, we have a decent data, we have amazing downloads, we are very well penetrated, we are very well integrated, we are very well renowned. People are appreciating the ethical practices. Now it's the time that we start from a remittances finance, because again, the parent company is operative in 8 countries. By virtue of those operational in 7 to 8 countries, we are able to sign partnerships. On the basis of those partnerships, we will start from the remittances finance.
I will just get back. Maybe it's not going to be clear for our audience about, before starting the word of mouth, you need a certain base of consumers. I mean, like maybe 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000. How we get these first 1,000 for like someone who's starting a fintech from scratch or who want to start a fintech?
Yeah.
What would be the path to walk to have that first 1,000
For every
subscriber?
fintech, it's a different strategy. We were doing our homework that what's going to happen. First of all, we were educating the regulators also that, hey, the predatory lenders are operative here. So there are circulars coming in. By virtue of those circulars, those applications were banned. But the consumers were there. Once they were banned, there was no ethical Islamic financial system available. We built the system. For us, customer acquisition was from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. We first tried to fix the system and open the opportunity, a legit opportunity for us. Hence, customer acquisition for us is never an issue, would not be, because we are leading in this market. Compared to other fintechs, you are right, crossing the chasm. First few are very important. But if your product is offering real value and you have done the deep dive and you know that what you are doing, this happens as per our experience.
And what are the biggest regulatory challenges? Because you told me last time that you are from a banking background, so you are a little bit immune to all those regulations that maybe can scary all the entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs in this field, but they have me some challenges that you really encounter and was hard to break maybe.
Yeah, times have changed, things have changed.
All right.
Regulators are not here to stop innovation. How you communicate with the regulator that they enable a fintech startup to do the innovation is very important. I think experience does matter. The relationship with the regulator does matter. There are challenges. For startups, challenge is paid up capital for fintechs. Paid up capital for fintechs is not very easy to do so. EMI is $3 million. Digital Retail Bank was $8 billion. It may touch $10 to $15 million. Globally, it's very expensive. Globally, payment licenses are very expensive. Even cannot everyone take lending license in one go. You have to have a fit and proper CEO and the leadership team. But these are not challenges. You have to strategize to make it happen. From
It's part of the package.
From the Nano standpoint, the challenges literally became the opportunities. And this is the beautiful, beautiful story. And I'm very proud of to be at the very right time, at a very right place. Throughout my Islamic banking career, people who understand Islamic banking, Islamic finance, and who are understanding the overall economy and the basic system, they always challenged all the Islamic bankers in Pakistan that, hey, how your bank is Islamic if the infrastructure is based on Karachi interbank offer rate. Karachi interbank offer rate is a mean and average of every commercial bank in Pakistan,
Right.
which is by virtue of regulation by State Bank of Pakistan. Because in banking, you take deposits also. You are custodian of people's money. Non-banking financial corporation does not take money in the
Right.
first year. Rather, they lend money from their own treasury.
Sorry.
And initially, the regulations was that any non-banking financial corporation company can lend money based on the 10 multiple of whatever the KIBOR rate is.
Okay.
KIBOR at that point in time when this regulation came was 22%, which is very, very high because to control the inflation, the monetary policy was very high. But bankers and the people who are working in finance, they knew that if KIBOR goes down, then the cost of doing business will kill our business. This should not be happening. But in Hakeem, in Wali Financial Services, we saw it very differently. We saw the opportunity that this is the time to tell the regulator and the government that you have the opportunity to eliminate KIBOR, hence to make the system Islamic. Because once Karachi interbank offer rate is eliminated from the system of SCCP, then anyone can build a real Islamic financial system, because main conflicting point is gone.
It was there.
It cannot be eliminated when you are taking deposit, but it can be eliminated when you are giving credit from your own pocket. But this is what I'm telling you, Sarah, the deep dive, the finesse, the problem in the problem. It was not
the solution.
Yeah, it was not taken care of the way we are. That's why Nano to start with.
And what are the key metrics today that you are measuring your success as a nano-financing company?
Typical nano-finance or finance company, their key metrics are non-performing loans, the ratio of non-performing loans, the bad debts.
So the bad payers, people who
they
don't pay
in time, or they pay late, or they are not the recurring customers, or they are not doing the cross functional penetration. What we are doing is, like, as I'm telling you, we are building an embedded Islamic financial system.
Right.
Step number 1 was Nano, then billing,
remittances,
then integrating into other wallets, funding the other wallets, integrating into banking system, providing credit score to the banking system, becoming the digital front of the banking system and the government system. This is all embedded, which means that a consumer can do a lot of stuff. By the way, we just started showing live Tarawih namaz from Saudi in our app.
Oh, okay.
Nobody. I have never witnessed, or I am not known to any fintech app, be it Revolut, that they have done something like that.
Okay.
Why we are doing it? Because we know the demand and the class of customer we have.
You have.
Islamic financing has opened a new area for this segment. They are watching Tarawih. We know that we have the data. We have a Qibla setting.
Yeah, it's very important. Actually, every time I'm looking at Qibla on my phone.
Yeah, we are sending very decent Ramadan reflection in app. We are sending ahadith. We are sending that why you are liable for charity if you do not pay in time. We are educating them on Islamic financial literacy. Hence, this app is used as a Islamic lifestyle. And finance is embedded into it. This is the pain which nobody has taken in the past for Nano, because Nano was like, hey, it's frowned upon, let's throw the money, make money, do NPLs, exit the market.
And done.
We have not seen in this way.
I agree with you, and I'm so happy that you are talking about this, because in our media platform, it's exactly what we want. It's like to really empower the entrepreneurs that like creating companies and startups and products that are aligned with our values, religion, the way we are, actually, the culture, because I'm fed up of like using products coming from the US, Europe, that like not looking like us, not having maybe adapted. Maybe I need to be in a European or American lifestyle to be able to adapt to the app instead of the opposite. And I really thank you for that. I think like it's gonna show the way to many others in different fields also.
Yeah, and that is the waters which we had been testing, that if Nano, which is the smallest of the smallest, had been ignored, and we can create a lot of value in just small drop of water, then imagine in next 5 years how much value we, inshallah, as a collective team will be able to create into true Islamic financial system of the world.